600 million people with a hearing loss worldwide, 2/3 of them living in developing countries. People with a disability in these countries are too often ostracized. There's a tremendous stigma involved. They can't go to school, and they become excluded from general society. How do you change society? I believe you change society through education. If we can get a child a hearing aid, they can go to school, get an education, and break the cycle of poverty.
Good afternoon, everyone. Gareth Presh, founder of the World Health Innovation Summit, and I'm absolutely delighted to launch our new initiative with Solar Ear. It's a global partnership. Delighted to be with Howard here today. You've just seen Howard's work. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. How do we change society? Through education. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Howard, welcome. You're in Brazil. We're launching this new partnership here today. Please tell the audience your ambition, your vision, and also talk about some of the partners that we've lined up.
Good afternoon, Gareth, and thank you for this opportunity to partner with your wonderful organization. Actually, the ideas from Solar Ear came from our initial workers who are deaf in rural Botswana. I met them about 20 years ago and asked them about their life. And they were saying often if they were fortunate enough, they were lucky to get a hearing aid, but the whole process stopped because they couldn't find a battery or afford a hearing aid battery. There was also the saying there's no jobs for women who are deaf in Africa. So I basically wrote their hopes and dreams into a business plan, and that's how Solar Ear started. I said, let's start a solar-powered hearing aid company made by people who are deaf for people with a hearing loss in developing countries. And I raised the money telling their story, and they landed up inventing the products. They manufacture the products, and then they go to other Solar Ear operations, which we open up, and teach the next set of deaf workers who are deaf how to make the products. It's so inspiring to see them. I wish I could take some credit, but it all goes to them. I can't even screw in a light bulb.
Honestly, it's amazing work. We're totally thrilled, and I just want to give people some context here. So some of the facts that people may not be aware of. So by 2050, nearly 2.5 billion people are projected to have some degree of hearing loss, and at least 700 million people will require rehab. Over 1 billion young adults are at risk of permanent avoidable hearing loss due to unsafe listening practices, and annually, like what we're looking at here is an additional investment of less than $1.40 per person is needed to scale up. Over a 10-year period, this gives a return on investment of nearly $16 for every US dollar invested. And I mean, it really is a huge opportunity that we have here to work with Solar Ear. Howard, perhaps you could just share some of the initiatives and some of the work we're doing in the UK with some of the partners, University of York, for example, just to give people a flavor of our ambition here. We want to scale this across the UK and then, of course, globally set up advanced manufacturing plants all over the world to be able to reach these people.
Thanks, Gareth. Yes, we're very fortunate to have two absolutely wonderful partners in the UK. The first is the University of York, who at their Innovation Technology Center want to host manufacturing low-cost hearing aids made in Britain by people who are deaf for the 80 million people in UK and servicing the UK NGOs who cannot afford or find a hearing aid. Mm-hmm. And the other problem too with these people, including the UK, is a hearing aid test. We've developed with the partnership of Cambridge University, developing the first clinically proven hearing test using a cell phone. So now a hearing test can be done in a pharmacy, at a nursing home, at a library, at a school. And the beauty of with your work with Cambridge too is from that hearing test, using artificial intelligence, we'll then be able to remotely program the person's cell phone to become a hearing aid, which is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And again, the beauty of not only for children who can get a hearing aid and hearing health so they can go to school. In the UK, you have over 60% of seniors with a hearing loss. And there are studies showing that a senior who has a hearing loss for more than 6 months is 5 times more likely to have Alzheimer's. So we can actually reduce Alzheimer's in the UK, which is so critical today.
Absolutely phenomenal work. So, look, this is quite a short introduction for myself and Howard. We're going to get down to business. We've got a lot of work to do. I'm very excited to be partnering. We are World Health Innovation Summit. Very excited to be partnered with Howard and the team at Solar Ear, Cambridge, and University of York. You'll hear a lot more from us over the next couple of weeks, months, years, because this is a long-term partnership. We want to give people the tools to manage their own health and well-being, and that's our plan. Do check out our platforms, World Health Innovation Summit, and you can find us at www.wis.world and solarear.com.br. For myself and Howard, we'll wrap this short introduction up, and I hope that you can join us on this mission to empower people to improve their health and well-being. So for myself and Howard, thanks very much for joining us, and do follow us online. Thanks, everyone.